Well, this is intriguing for sure. A drug that would help large dogs, live longer is inching closer to getting FDA approval.
Well, if approved, pet owners could get more time with their older animals. So Celine Haliwa is the CEO of Loyal for Dogs, the company developing the drug. She joins us now live. Good morning, Celine.
Good morning.
So I understand you have cleared the first of 3 FDA approvals. We've never seen a drug like this before get approved. So tell us how this would be administered and how it works to extend a dog's life.
Yeah, so you would, if your veterinarian decides to prescribe it to you, you would go to your vet and get an injection every 3 to 6 months in between the shoulder blades. It's very similar to giving your dog a microchip, or my dog just got an osteoarthritis drug, or it's the same thing, quick in and out. And at a high level, the way it works is by compensating for what we think causes big dogs to have shorter lifespans. The bigger a dog is, the shorter their lifespan is. Great Danes live, 7 years. A Chihuahua might live 17 years. And we think this is not inherent or natural, but instead a unintended consequence of historic inbreeding for size. And so the drug compensates for that mistake to hopefully give us more time with our large dogs.
How interesting. So it's targeting a certain hormone, right? How many years can this buy a pet?
We don't know yet. That's going to be a good question, but the goal is really to get healthy longer years. And this was a key first step to being able to do that work.
Now, you said that I believe they would need to be injected 3 to 6 months, right? How much would this cost?
We don't have a final price yet, but it'll be cash pay accessible. I think double digits per month. It's not going to be a rich people only drug or something like that. That was actually very important to me from day one, that we create something that the majority of dog owners can afford to get for the dog if they so choose.
So it's designed for people whose dogs are maybe like 7, 8 years old, and at that point in time you're making this decision of, I like this dog. It's not giving me any problems.
Right. I'll keep it around for a little bit
I really do want to keep it. And so, and is that how you go about, making that decision with your vet then?
I'm just imagining the Santa, have you been nice or naughty?
Yes.
Nice, you get the Loyal drug. Yeah, it would be basically if your dog's of a certain size. So this is size constrained. It's about, think, Labrador and up. This is not a solution for Chihuahuas or miniature poodles. So sorry about that. Yeah, and you would go to your veterinarian, and if you and your vet think it's the right decision for your dog, you'd be prescribed it. And again, it's a prescription regulated FDA product if it gets fully approved, which means that if you're buying it to extend your dog's lifespan, it's because the agency thinks that it's at least reasonably expected to work.
Are there any other concerns that you've had to address or heard in regards to this?
I think often with new medicine, people are like, well, is this ethical, or is this, messing with nature? And I think, that's always difficult, but in this situation, I think it's actually pretty clear, because dogs did definitely not choose to go from wolves to pugs. We gave dogs we domesticated them, and we gave them a lot of the, perks they have now, but also the downsides they have. So the way I really see this is we're trying to compensate for historical unintentional mistakes and let our big dog breeds have longer, healthier lives.
Well, it's so interesting. Yeah. Celine, thanks for joining us here in Houston on Houston's Morning Show. Loyal's the name of the company. We'll be following the journey here as we see if it makes its way into vets' offices. Appreciate it.
All right.